One last thing from the previous section. It's also possible to import data sets from spreadsheets. In the example data, there's a small Excel spreadsheet called cities, and we can import that with one header line and say that we want to create a data set, and here we have 4 cities, their countries, and the populations. Okay, let's turn our attention to selections and transformations. When we want to pull elements, in the past, when we wanted to pull elements from a list that matched a query, we used a command called select. So here are the numbers from 1 to 6, and if we ask which of those are odd, and then use that test for a select command, it pulls out the 3 odd numbers. And of course we could also pull out the other ones with even Q. Okay. In Sparkle, when we wanted to retrieve triples matching a particular pattern, we also used a command called select. We said something like select star where, and then we gave it a triple. Now in both cases, select starts with a data structure and it returns elements that match a query. In Mathematica, we can also use select to query data sets. And if we were working in an external database language like SQL or SQL, we could use an SQL command called select. Okay. Remember that we had created this data set of audio format extensions. We can say select records from that data set where the developer is Sony. And notice that we've given the select statement a small pure function here that simply tests one of the columns, developer, to see if it's equal to Sony, which it is in the results that we get back. If we just want one or more columns, then after we've done our select statement, we say which columns we want. So if I just wanted the extensions that were developed by Sony, I would get the file extensions. I would get this set of results back. There's a version of select called select first, which gives us the first record that matches our criteria. So we could ask for the first record in our data set where the developer was Audible. That gives us the Audible audiobook format. If we want to find out which formats are supported by iTunes, we could say select where. Now what's happening here is we're saying the applications includes Apple iTunes as a member. So we're selecting out the ones where Apple iTunes is a member. And that gives us a bunch of file formats that iTunes recognizes. So that's select. And in practically any database or database-like operation or language that you'll be working with, you're going to have something like a select statement, and often it will be called select. Mathematica also supports this idea of taking things. Here's our city data table that we just imported from the spreadsheet. We can say, give us the maximal by population. So that gives us the one that has the largest population. Minimal by gives us the one with the smallest population. And there are versions of these commands, maximal and minimal, where we can say take the largest by or take the smallest by. So for example, we could take the one with the longest country name, United Kingdom, one with the shortest country name, Japan. When we're selecting things or taking them, especially when we're selecting them, we often want to be able to sort them. So we could say, give us our city table, and now I'm just taking the whole thing, sorted by the city, Berlin, Chicago, London, Tokyo. Give it to us sorted by country, but put them in reverse order. United States, United Kingdom, Japan, Germany. And finally, in addition to sorting, select type statements often also have this idea of grouping. So if we take our audio format extensions and say group by developer, it gives us the data set again, but now in the left-hand column here we have the developer. So for Sony there were 19 total audio format extensions. They are all grouped together under Sony. For Electronic Arts there are only 4, and they're grouped together under Electronic Arts. If we wanted to start with this grouped table and then start doing things with it, of course we just assign the output to a symbol, and then we can work with that the way we normally do.